So whether you're working from home or working on your fitness and you want what you're listening to be what you're listening to, not from your roommate or your neighbor, your significant other, or your kids or your dog who suddenly has Bluetooth and is able to suddenly take your earbuds away from you. You get to hear what you've selected because it's really well designed. Everybody needs a great pair of wireless earbuds, but before you drop hundreds of dollars on a pair, and they are expensive, we all know that, check out wireless earbuds from Raycon. You already know Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market, and that they sound just as amazing as other top audio brands you know. You know that. How could you not know that? Their newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, which I have, are the best ones yet. With 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and more compact design that gives you a nice noise-isolating fit. They're a game changer for me. They've changed my game. I can have them in. I can listen. I can lay down. I can sit up. I can roll over. I'm a dog. Unlike some of your other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are both stylish and discreet with no dangling wires or stems to distract anyone during video calls. How many people have been on a video call? You're doing a Zoom call. All of a sudden, you got a little antenna coming out. They think you're a cricket. You don't need that. These have no dangling wires or stems. The company was co-founded by Ray J and celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Melissa Etheridge, Brandy, J.R. Smith, Mike Tyson, and Rich the Kid are obsessed with Raycons. Now's the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon also. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/Saget. That's S-A-G-E-T, how I spell that. That's buyraycon.com/Saget for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/Saget. Hey, everybody. And this is the story of how I met your mother. Nah, see, I never met your mother. I mean, I might have, but the odds are extremely rare. And I'm not that kind of person. You know what I mean? It usually would be like, hey, can I have a picture with you? And I, sure, let me just get my clothes on. No, see, that's the kind of joke you can't do anymore. And it never happened because it's opposite day. Actually, this is Bob Saget's Here For You, and I am here for you. Forgive me opening with something so irreverent and so heinous in this difficult non-PC time. I just want to, I guess, make you feel good, entertain you. I don't think take my clothes off kind of premise is a good idea. But I did it, and I ain't cutting it. So this is one of those special episodes where I get to call you guys. You have called. You have left messages for me. I posted it on Instagram stories and on Twitter. So I'm really happy that you guys are digging 50s. I work for the city, that you're digging this podcast. It means a lot to me because I'm going to do it forever. I'm not doing this because, we've been in quarantine, so I'm doing this so that, I can't go on tour. I can't do a TV show. So this is not my, this is the day job I'm keeping because it just fulfills me and it makes me feel good to talk to you guys. And if you look up top, I have to tell you these things. These are the prayers of Podcastville, which is to subscribe and rate and review the podcast. You can follow it if that's how you do it on whatever you're hearing this. I'm sending you a lot of good wishes. And I got, always good. Let you know how good your broadcaster is. So I'm going to call people. I'm going to start calling. I've got some numbers. I've got a guy named Blake, and I want to find out about him. He seems, it's a drinking game. Every time I say, have some NyQuil. No, don't do that. DayQuil. How about just quill? Get a quill. Get an old pen from the 1600s in the room where it happened. So this is Blake. I'm going to give a call to a man named Blake, who I'm sure is a good man. I don't know why I know that, but every time I do this, I only talk to people that are just really great. I'm not screwing around. I assume Blake is a great man.
Hello?
Hey, is this Blake?
Leif.
Oh,
L-E-I-F.
how do you spell your name, sir? Bob Saget. Sorry about that.
Hello, Bob. It's spelled L-E-I-F, like Leif Erikson.
Oh, that's cool. Leif, are you of descent of the Vikings?
I could argue that I am. Yes.
That's awesome. I have no Nordic blood in me except for the Nordic guys that have beat me up and penetrated my skin accidentally.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know. It was a horrible day. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing all right. I'm trying to stay as positive as I can in these interesting times. I'm sure that's a familiar statement, but
It is an understatement. It is difficult. It's like, and then some days you're like, okay, I can surf through this, and then other days it's like, holy shit, when is this gonna get fixed so we can go back to life?
we're all waiting for it too. I know.
Yeah. So where are you from? I'm looking at the area code here. Where do you live?
I live down here in Coral Springs, Florida. It's a suburb of Fort Lauderdale.
Yep, I've been through there a lot. I've played Fort Lauderdale a lot. I've toured all through everywhere in Florida. How is it down there? How is life? How are the cases, and is it affecting you or anyone you know, or is it what's cooking?
So, yeah, I'll start off by saying it's incredibly hot. For one, I mean, I work outside all day, every day. So there's that, typical South Florida fashion. There's also crazy South Florida people, as you'd expect. I'm sure you hear the headlines of Florida man doing this, Florida man doing that. So there's that. And as you know, we're sort of the petri dish of the United States. We've got, the most COVID cases. So that very much affects, just businesses and just kind of day-to-day life. I've had to, it was sort of interesting for me because, I got out of the military back in March, right when this whole thing started. So I basically just kind of walked into this buzzsaw, if you will.
Oh my God. What branch of the service?
Of a world. I was Navy.
Well, I salute you, sir. Thank you for your service so much. How long was your term?
I did a 5-year contract. I was on a submarine, so my job involved being out to sea for long periods of time, and not spending a whole lot of time with family. But if I had my son, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go be a dad and be there for him. So
absolutely. A submarine, is that as cool as it is in movies we've seen, or is it cooped up, or is it both?
I would absolutely say it's not as cool as you think. And I know usually the next question that follows is, is there windows? Let me just clarify that misnomer. No, there are literally no windows.
And that's for protection, right? So you don't blow the windows out from deep levels under the ocean, correct?
Yeah. And I mean, you get down to a certain depth, light isn't really a thing. So not much to look at anyway. So.
Do they ever, any of those MEGs down there? Any of those, sharks as big as your submarine? Like we see in these great movies that I can't watch.
If there are, I can almost assure you that they steer clear of us. I've heard all kinds of sea life down there, when I go into the sonar shack and I listen to, believe it or not, the loudest thing you would ever expect to hear are shrimp. And you're probably like, thinking, what the hell do shrimp sound like? But truthfully, it sounds like a bunch of popcorn, and just like, not even popcorn. Imagine just crinkling plastic really loud. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I've actually I've been around shrimp, live shrimp, and they're screaming, and I've heard them also sing in unison. They sing like Alvin and the Chipmunk songs. They're very smart. People don't realize they're as smart as a really smart dog.
Wow. It's like an acapella.
Yeah, they don't have a band or anything. They're just shrimp, but they can carry in tune. So you have, how old is your son, if I could ask?
He's going to be 11 months coming up here.
Oh, congratulations, Leif.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's just great.
Yeah, thank you.
You got home just in time. How did you do that? If you're on a submarine for 5 years, did you get to come home to create him, to have that happen?
Yes. Indeed. I mean, look, I didn't spend 5 years consecutively out to sea on a submarine. I just, I reported to my boat, and we'd go out to sea for a few months at a time here and there, and then the deployment every couple years for about 6 months straight. So I had some time off,
and you were able to be with your woman. Are you guys married, or are you?
We are. We're going 2 years strong.
Wow, that's amazing. That's longer than most people these days that stay together.
Right.
Well, the only other way to
military couple.
I was thinking that 5 years in a submarine, the only way to do it, if you never could leave it ever, you'd have to give a sample of what you need to produce of your sperm, and then you would have to somehow jettison it out of the submarine into the air, and it would have to be intercepted by a seagull or something and then brought to shore. And it's very entailed in order to do in vitro. So I'm really glad you got to come home instead of having to go through something that crazy.
That's the future, Bob. You just spoke it right there.
And I just want to thank you for not hanging up on me during that.
Oh, believe me, I've heard a lot worse. We've got a tight-knit community, and the sense of humor goes pretty dark and pretty deep, deeper than the actual submarine itself goes.
Well, I understand. I totally understand. And I mean, I don't totally. I've never been in the service, but I was 4F. I was 1 year from going to Vietnam, and I wasn't drafted because I just didn't have the sights. If I don't have glasses, I can't. Maybe they've changed the rules. I don't think they have. But if you wear glasses, you cannot do all the stuff that's needed in order to protect and serve. So, as blind as I am.
As far as I know, glasses are the only thing that, if you have glasses, you just can't be like a fighter pilot these days, or I guess special forces, you can't do that. But pretty much every other occupation, they pretty much allowed you to wear glasses. I mean, I myself wear glasses.
I think back in the day, if they were going to swear me in, they would just curse at me. We're going to swear you in. Okay, you fucking idiot. That's what they would. So what did you want to what you want to speak about? I'm thrilled to hear from you.
Yeah. So this is just more on a personal note. So I'm trying to figure out what it is that I can do for my family, and for myself. I'm trying to find this fair balance. I'm truly a believer in finding a profession and a career that not only suits you based on what you're good at, but suits you based on what you love to do. And I guess I draw that inspiration from my parents. My father's a musician, and my mom is a registered respiratory therapist.
Oh,
also
man.
a very important relevant field down here.
That's why you're such a good guy. You have inspired amazing parents with obviously a drive, and they had a calling to do what they do. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I've always just, especially as I've gotten a little bit older, I've really always, admired that, and I kind of want to emulate that in my own sense. I'm just to put it frankly, I'm a gearhead. I love wrenching on cars and modifying them, and I had to part ways with my fun little Velveeta themed race car to get a work truck, to service these pools, because that's kind of like my in between job right now. Right after getting out of the military and looking for an actual career. But I in working on that, on vehicles and getting to know people in that community, I've really grown a tremendous love for it. I wanted to get into the whole fabrication side. I really fantasize about having like my own business one day, being able to, nothing big. I'm not in it for the money. I just want to be comfortable doing it.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, you could. I mean, we're in the middle of a crazy world, but still, vehicles are essential businesses, and fixing them. Right. Are there any? Do you have any friends in that area that like own an amazing repair shop or dealership that has a repair shop that you could somehow submit an application or be able to? I mean, would you enjoy being at an automobile place that you could be eventually a managing partner or something or the service coordinator? I mean, I have a friend who is a service coordinator, but he does repair work. He knows the insides and outsides of all cars. So he can do a car from the ground up, but he's in charge of everybody now. It took him a while to get there. But is that the kind of thing you would enjoy? Or are you talking more getting into the nuts and bolts of designing cars and working on that?
More so the second thing you said. I would love more than anything to actually get into the fabrication side, so I can take an idea that's in my mind and convert it into reality. And it's like, okay, I want to build this kind of chassis and do this sort of engine and these sort of components just to make it, this final product, this idea that I had just spawned from my mind. I mean, I've done that to a small extent with, like I mentioned earlier, I hate to say this, but Velveeta themed race car. And if you actually saw it, you would understand this is a very cheesy looking car, but I made it my own.
Is it bright orange?
It's someone say it's orange. I think it's more yellow. It's like this deep golden yellow. The actual name for it is Tangerine Scream from the factory. And
of course,
the guys out there that are
is there any danger of it?
Will know
Can it melt in the sun?
Oh, probably.
Can you get
I had to get rid of it, man.
a 20 by 20 piece of toast to put it on? Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, if you had any connections through the service or through your, it's not through your family, because that would be like, hey, you want to work in medicine in some capacity through those kind of connections. But it seems like you want to go. I mean, would you be willing to move to Detroit, where they're designing cars? Is that the kind of thing you'd want to do?
If I could get past the cold, absolutely. And if my wife were also willing to live out there, she's in school to become a nurse right now, so her options are, limitless as far as where we can end up. And I have an open mind for it. I want to be where there's a good market for it, absolutely. And I know Detroit definitely is a good spot.
It's Detroit or where Elon Musk does his work. And I don't, there's no signs in these places that go seeking, looking for workers, looking for someone to design cars. But it is something, and I fully believe this, especially now, is to seize the moment and do what the hell you want to do. Don't live a life where you're not getting to do, at least that you didn't try. And don't be bummed if it doesn't happen, because it's just life, it doesn't all just roll. But sometimes you get hit by lightning in the good way. And I would go online and think of the cars that you'd like to design. Look at Elon Musk's world. Look at what Detroit's doing with, the new energy efficient cars and how they work. And if you understand all those things, then look at who's running that department. Just Google the hell out of it. Just keep Googling. Go in. I mean, if 15-year-olds can do this, there's no reason why, with your experience, that you can't find out who the person is and call them on the phone and say, look, I live in Florida. I know everything about cars. I want to design cars. I was 5 years in the service, and Bob Saget told me to call you. And I think
I'll quote you on that. I'll say Bob Saget sent me, and he told me that. So
definitely.
Thank you, really.
Definitely drop my name. Say Bob Saget told me to call you. They'll go, no, he didn't. And then you'll play the podcast back. And then they'll go, oh, okay. Come right in. Or
credibility right there.
Yeah, right. What does Bob know about cars, and why do we care? But anyway, I just wish you the best, and a lot of health, by the way. Just stay away from people coughing, and don't go to nightclubs and pools right now.
Yeah, not my scene anyway. I mean, besides the pools, because I have to clean them. But
right. Or if you were in a mini submarine in a pool, that'd be great.
Oh, that'd be the life.
That'd be the life. You bring your whole family. It'd be like a cruise that with no windows.
Yeah.
Well, take care of yourself, Leaf, and thank you for calling me so much.
Thank you, Bob. You have a wonderful day, all right?
Thank you. You too, sir. Have a great one. Bye-bye. What a nice guy. All right, I'm going to call Alyssa. And it says here she took a cross-country road trip during COVID. And I'm interested in this because a lot of you are as crammed up as I am. I take a laxative. but yeah, this should be very nice. Alyssa, who has a phone.
Hello?
Hi, it's Bob Saget. How are you?
Oh my God.
Sorry, you called.
You know,
Did I wake you
hi,
up?
Bob
Did I
Saget.
stop you or your work? Did I interrupt
No.
you? So, how are you doing? How's it going?
Pretty terrible.
I'm sorry. Where are you?
It's
What
all right.
part of the world?
I'm in Spokane, Washington area
Right.
in Washington State on the east side of the state.
Of course, I've been there. I've done stand up there. So what's going on? Is your health okay?
That is actually one of the better things. My physical health. Yeah, I crossed the nation in an old car, and then I took a flight back here because I got in a car accident in Alabama on my second day at a new job.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Where
It
did
was
you
pretty
start your
amazing,
Where did you start your cross country trip?
right here at my mom's house.
Right.
Yeah, I had a dog, and it kept peeing in their yard and making those little hole spots with female urine. I guess that does that to their grass.
Yeah, I do that to my yard myself. It's terrible.
And so in October, I went down to San Diego. That didn't work out. I made it back up here in a 2004 Taurus. And
Well, that's an amazing accomplishment. That's insane. I remember when that car came out, that was the go-to car for a lot of people.
Still pretty popular.
So you went from San Diego back to Spokane, and then you went off to Alabama?
Well, I had no idea where I was going, but that was in October when my lease was up. I had no idea what I was doing then, and I had a half brother in San Diego that was trying to sell me that place, but he's pretty crazy, and that didn't work out. And I was trying to prepare myself to stay there, but it didn't work out. Came back up, and my mom has my 16-year-old at her house. So, and she just would rather stay here, and that works out kind of, but it's pretty lonely. So I was going to move on because I hate the Pacific Northwest. I was born and raised here.
Tell me about what happened, because it's dangerous to take a car ride by yourself. It can be scary as hell.
So the car accident was on the 4th of July. So I left in the old car and worked my way down, taking pictures and sleeping at rest stops. And I got down to Mississippi, and
so you drove 3,500 miles, right?
yeah.
So did someone hit you, or did you hit somebody?
Oh, okay. Well, I was in Alabama, and someone, I had just passed a guy. He had his flashers on. It was about 40 or 45 miles an hour there on that belt line. And as I was passing him, the gal behind him hit him, and he hit into me, and I went in the ditch.
Oh God! Wow. And were you battered up at all? Did you get cut? Were you
No, just a little achy. That's it.
Did airbags go off, or they didn't have them in a 2004 Taurus? Did they? Right. You had a seatbelt.
No. Yeah, I did.
So what happened is you had this horrible experience. The car was totaled. Is that what happened?
I sold it on a few days later for $600 because it had no air conditioning, and the windows were stuck up in this place in Alabama where you had to, like, you can't go with windows up.
Did you now your goal is to get a place to live and have a job that you can do. Maybe you can work from home. There's a lot of things people are able to do now. Is that kind of what you're looking for?
Yeah. Any job right now that is really close to a bus stop.
Right.
Since the car situation. Yeah.
Well, what I would do when you're up to it and when you're feeling calm and things are good is try to reach out and, something you like doing or a field that you like. Maybe it could be see if a veterinarian was hiring because they're an essential business, and see if you could even start by working there. I mean, no matter what, even if it's an assistant answering phones, doing things like that. If you ever watch Schitt's Creek, that's, there's a veterinarian on there.
That's a great show.
Isn't that the best show ever? And
yes.
And their daughter, she's this amazing actress. She's in love with a veterinarian, and she goes, because she has a crush on him, she works there and answers phones. And I mean, that's a fun job because you get to be around animals. You obviously love dogs. And you probably be missing your dog, but you'd get to be with others. So maybe you should reach out and call a few of those kind of people and see if do you need someone to answer phones? Do you need someone to work there? And that might be something that makes you feel good, because we all know that, animals, dogs are just love, and they make you feel good, especially if they're ill and you can help them. I mean, that could be very rewarding for you just to even be in that environment. And then you could save up enough money, and then you could go and get your own place and maybe feel better about yourself and not keep reliving this incredibly horrible trip you took. But I wish I could give you more friend advice, but
oh, thank you.
Well,
thank you for listening.
Oh, thank you for talking to me. Thank you for feeling like you know me enough to talk to me. I'm very honored. It means a lot to me, and I'm wishing you all the very, very best, Alyssa, and lots of health, and hope you get what you want to do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You take care of yourself, okay?
I will. You too.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks. You too.
Bye-bye. All right. That was interesting. And I'm very touched that people want to talk to me and share so much. And we're going to have some funny calls coming up, because I don't know what I'll do. I'll just throw in a bunch of poop jokes or something that entertains the masses, especially 5-year-olds. So we'll be right back. All right, here's a product I'm going to talk about that I use, that I have, and that I like. And it worked instantly the moment I got it, which I haven't always had with wireless earbuds. And it happened immediately with these from Raycon. So whether you're working from home or working on your fitness and you want what you're listening to be what you're listening to, not from your roommate or your neighbor, your significant other, or your kids, or your dog who suddenly has Bluetooth and is able to suddenly take your earbuds away from you. You get to hear what you've selected because it's really well designed. Everybody needs a great pair of wireless earbuds, but before you drop hundreds of dollars on a pair, and they are expensive, we all know that, check out wireless earbuds from Raycon. You already know Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market, and that they sound just as amazing as other top audio brands you know. You know that. How could you not know that? Their newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, which I have, are the best ones yet. With 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and more compact design that gives you a nice noise-isolating fit. They're a game changer for me. They've changed my game. I can have them in. I can listen. I can lay down. I can sit up. I can roll over. I'm a dog. Unlike some of your other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are both stylish and discreet with no dangling wires or stems to distract anyone during video calls. How many people have been on a video call? You're doing a Zoom call. All of a sudden, you got a little antenna coming out. They think you're a cricket. You don't need that. These have no dangling wires or stems. The company was co-founded by Ray J and celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Melissa Etheridge, Brandy, J.R. Smith, Mike Tyson, and Rich the Kid are obsessed with Raycons. Now's the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon also. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/Saget. That's SAGET, how I spell that. That's buyraycon.com/Saget for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/Saget. Okay, we are back. And this is a interesting person I'm calling, Lucas. It sounds like he just has nice stuff to say, and I'm in the mood. I could really use some positive stuff because we're all surrounded by so much negative. So this would be Lucas, my new best friend. Hey, Lucas, Bob Saget here.
How you doing, man?
I'm okay. How you doing? You holding in?
Doing pretty good.
How's it going with the, are you quarantining? Are you getting through all that? Or are you just kind of living your life?
I mean, I'm pretty solitary, just like doing graphic design stuff, you know.
Well, that's great. So work-wise, you don't...
It's like studio people are holed up. They've been holed up for years.
Yeah. My life hasn't changed. Well, it has. I don't get to go perform. I don't get to go on the road. I don't get to do a television show.
Well, your skin looks great, man.
Oh, thank you. I try to moisturize. Last night I was feeling pretty brittle, so I...
You're an indoor cat, huh?
Well, what happens is I go, I'm not agoraphobic, but I stay home. Otherwise I go places and I'm working all the time.
You're smart.
Well, I don't want to get sick, but then I've got friends I want to go
see.
See.
Plus, like the empathetic thing, like you don't want to absorb too many energy. You see.
Well, and it's rough, and then we're in a world where not a lot of people have empathy. A lot of people do, and then there's a whole bunch that don't. And I'm looking forward to us getting through this time so people can be a little bit, more caring.
I think there's a lot of hurt people who have their guard up,
That's people that have their guard up. I mean, but hate against hate doesn't work. But I was listening to Jim Jeffries because I had him as a guest, and he's a friend of mine, and he was saying on stage, and he's a guy that will talk about his taking a shit in his pants for 40 minutes, and he's a very funny,
relatable.
Exactly. Who doesn't? And he was just saying that it took 5 minutes in his last special, which is on Netflix now, about, when you hate someone that hates you back, hate on hate doesn't work, but love on hate works. But, in our world,
it's kind of like water beats fire,
It's rock, paper, scissors when it's two rocks and all they do is clang. That's like your balls with mosquito bites in the paintball woods,
Yeah, like two dickheads is better than one.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd be a Hydra. I'd be like a double.
Well, they cancel each other out.
Yeah, and it's an Jason and the Argonauts movie too. It was like a dragon, but it was just two dicks that breathed fire out of the urethras.
You're surrounded by dragons?
Well, I always compare my penis to a dragon because sometimes when I wake up in the morning, it's just dragging on the bed,
So your pee burns when you pee?
How does it not when I'm holding it that tight? It wouldn't if I didn't squeeze it so hard when I pee. Sometimes I like to make things a little more difficult, mix it up.
Do you fart when you pee?
Out of my penis. I actually have a...
Do you pee when you fart?
I pee out of my butt. Yeah, I do that too. My whole insides are made different. And it wasn't something I had surgically done. It's just I'm able to do it. I could pee out of my ear if I concentrated.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I get hard.
That's kind of like Chris Angel doing some weird stuff.
Exactly. It's David Blaine.
Have you ever done magic?
No, I have a career, but there's some amazing.
But like as a kid,
I did. I got some of those things, some of those, contraptions that have, pick this card and you realize the card has an extra half a card in it that flips over. And it was fun. I sent away for stuff. But did you do magic?
Somebody has to look into that a little more, because I feel like every kid kind of tries it, but then like everyone talks shit about magician people,
Well, I actually loved some of them. That was a kind of a dig joke, but I love Penn and Teller. I mean, some of the magicians that I've seen have been just amazing. I mean, there's things David
Well,
Copperfield's done.
The rare few, of course.
Yeah, David Blaine and people that wedge themselves, you know.
What about Yo-Yo?
I play with mine. I can go around the world. I can walk the dog. I don't know Yo-Yo.
Really?
Who is Yo-Yo?
Well, see, that's the thing. I saw something on TV the other day. It was like the best yo-yoer, and it was like I wasn't really that impressed.
Oh, the yo-yo. You were talking about the yo-yo. Yeah, I did it as a kid. And
People I gave up on that real quick. Yeah.
No, you know what a yo-yo is great for? If you're sitting around and you're not, wanking off.
If you're in jail.
Jail's great, but they wouldn't give it to you. It's got a string. You could hang yourself with a yo-yo.
True.
Right. So I just find that if you're sitting at a desk, like writers have them, like they throw pencils at a ceiling, or they throw trash in a wastebasket that has a little net above it, like a miniature basketball goal.
Now, the pencil ceiling thing that could evolve into a sport.
It is for writers. They just throw pencils at walls. But
you get targets up there, you start keeping score.
Definitely, you could put some of your favorite figures up there. Famous people through
Get a
history.
little body contact. I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah! No, I agree with that. I don't have any disagreement so far with anything you've said.
Full contact pads. Let's go.
I like hacky sack because it sounds like my name a little bit. And if I'm doing a shitty stand up, I'm a hack. And if I got mosquito
or you could be a sacky hack.
Oh, that's really good. That means you go ball first into being a really bad
You can
comic.
have that one. I'll let you have that one.
Okay, I'm not going to send you any bill or for me doing it. I'm not going to bill you for me doing your
that's
idea.
Friends do.
You're a funny guy, Lucas. Have you written comedy before? You ever
No.
dabble in it?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course.
What's your favorite comedy show right now? Do you have one? Do you watch?
I don't know. I kind of like anything. I'm willing to be surprised,
Right. Do you watch Netflix specials of comedians?
Yeah. I mean, I watch anything that comes out. I'm happy for anyone that's willing to do anything. So.
And do you have people close to you? Do you have people near you?
Yeah, I have friends. Yeah.
So your life's pretty good, you would say. It sounds like you're working all the time. Do you have work whenever you want to do it? You just start working.
Yeah.
Well, I want to tell you, I really appreciate calling you, and I really appreciate you leaving a message, and I like your message. I will.
You too, man.
Yeah, and I like that you're a fan of the show. That means a lot to me. You know it does. You find out fast if you're going to stay on the air. So if your numbers are down, you don't stay on the air, but unless somebody just loves it. But when it comes to podcast, you can do it for the end of time, and I will. I really
kind of in the air.
It's in the air. I do the podcast in the air. It's not even in air. That's what's so fucked up. The only thing that's in the air is Wi-Fi, but that's not where it comes from. They upload it. That just sounds dirty. That's what they do with porn.
Could be HEIR, air.
See, you've got all the answers here. I've got HD.
Like airports and stuff, like portals, man. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
Did you take ecstasy before I called you?
I wish, man.
You know what I like about you? You have the ability to free associate, and you enjoy it, and that is
sassafras.
That's fun. Sassafras is awesome. It's just it's
that's root beer. So
Suffer and Succotash is good because that was. I'm trying to think what animated character said that. Suffer and Succotash.
Yosemite.
Not Yosemite Sam. It might have been Sylvester. Might have been Yosemite Sam. Might have been Sylvester, but Suffer and Succotash is Yosemite Sam. I don't know how that... Lucas, no wonder you listen to me. I'm out of my fucking mind.
No, you're right on.
You just made my day. Lucas, seriously, thank you for calling me, and thank you for your positive thoughts, and thanks for playing. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you too, man. Call me anytime.
I will. Take it easy. Be well, buddy. Bye-bye. That was Lucas. We'll be right back with one more call. Okay, here's something that I've been wanting for a long time, and it's not my magnificent figure because, heck, I got that. It's called ExpressVPN, and this is something that I've actually wanted. It lets you access the internet as if you're from a different country. You know how you wanted to watch shows from the UK or Australia or France or wherever, and you haven't been able to because you didn't have the access? Well, you know that Netflix has different shows and movies available depending on where you are. And with ExpressVPN, you can unlock thousands of new shows and movies from streaming libraries around the globe. This is pretty intense, and I've never heard of it till now, and I'm excited about it. I mean, you don't know how excited, and you don't need to see. There are hundreds of VPNs out there, but ExpressVPN is ridiculously fast. You can stream everything in HD quality with zero buffering. ExpressVPN is available on every device, phones, laptops, tablets, even your TV. ExpressVPN works with many streaming services: Netflix, Amazon Prime, BBC iPlayer, YouTube, and many, many more. You can choose from almost 100 different countries. It's really amazing. You can intake so much product from all over the globe, and I think a lot of us want to do that. I know I do. It's so simple to use. You just fire up the ExpressVPN app, change your location, hit connect, and then refresh the page and the show or the movie you want to watch, and it will magically appear. It's pretty amazing. I have actually tried it myself. It gives you a variance of stuff that you can see. With all of the options we have here, this allows you to take in some really great content from other countries. And if you use my link right now at expressvpn.com/Bob, you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. That's expressvpn.com/Bob. All right, we're back. All right, I'm getting a hold of myself. I'm not doing nitrous oxide. Everybody calm down. I'm going to call one more person, and this is Topher.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
Son of a bitch. Okay, well, that would have been Topher. Mailbox is full. Okay. That's the end of this episode, but I have to tell you, people, please empty your mailboxes. I worry about you. I have 3 daughters. When the mailbox is full, I get scared. I want you to empty your mailbox. It means what's up? What if you needed help? What if you, well, I don't want to say miss that dentist appointment because it's quarantine. You can wait to have a man or woman's hands in your mouth, although some people might like it. But if Topher, if you're listening to this, it says that Topher's a newer actor, and he started because he was chasing a girl. And that's why I called him, because that sounded just cool as hell to hear that story that sounds like the theme of The Graduate. Except he wasn't, Benjamin wasn't an actor in it. But I send you all my best. Please listen to your voicemails and take care of yourselves. Don't go out in the woods. Don't play paintball and have mosquitoes bite at your lower regions, male, female, questioning, whoever you are. Don't let mosquitoes in your crotch area. It ain't good. I did it, and it's just the worst. It's like it turns into some kind of hoppity hop ball sack, in my case, anyway. And I bounced around on them, and it wasn't bad. It was like having a kickstand made of rubber. Okay, then. That's how you lose an audience. I am sending you guys all my best. Don't forget to rate and review, and, of course, subscribe. And if you rate, do it positively. Give me 10 stars out of 5. If you review it, loved every minute. Too much talk of balls and diarrhea. That'll be what I write. You don't have to write that. And I'm sending you guys a lot of good thoughts right now. It's a tough time in the world, and I was going to say I'm here for you, but that's the theme. And I'm doing it because anybody that tells you that be kind to other people, thoughts and prayers, all that stuff. There are people that really mean it and are good people. And then sometimes it's just people acting like they're good people. But through this, I've had so much inner searching of myself, and I found my keys. But I also realized that I have crazy empathy for other human beings, which is why I found myself yelling at the news. And my wife would say, can you please stop this? I mean, you have to. And it's not good for my health. It's not good for anybody's health to be yelling at the news. watching too much of it. You have to somehow, I think, figure out and watch the news when you can. Just kind of, if you, and I try to go through all the news channels so I know what everybody in the U.S. is thinking. And then I try to watch international news so I can see what everybody's thinking of the U.S. And it ain't that great. But then you see their crap that's going on, and everybody's got shit, right? So I'm just saying, be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. That's what my advice for my shrink has been. So I'm passing on my incredibly huge shrink bill. No, it's not, actually. It's been shrinking. Fake laugh, cynical, asshole laugh. But in all sincerity, I have so much empathy that I get angry at disinjustice and, or no, not disinjustice, disingenuineness and injustice. I can't speak, but it's a podcast and it works. So I am sending you guys a lot of good thoughts and just a lot of, I don't know, that we all get through this and we move forward and that we're in a better place in the future and hopefully in the near future. And that we can all be empathetic and not take it to heart to the point where it hurts us, where it hurts our mental health or our physical health. Really, Bob? Thanks so much for being Dr. Drew. Anyway, sending you guys all the best. Peace out. And I'll be talking to you on the next episode. And don't forget to remember.